In Portland, Oregon, I met Dennis Karras, who is a retired teacher, very dedicated to help doing his part in getting food to people who need it. And in the process of his one-man, one-truck operation, he is reducing the big problem we have with food waste, which is like 40% of our food supply. This is such a neat initiative that if we all took something on like this, we could have a big impact all around the country. So please enjoy the video interview.
Well, okay, I love to drink. I love to drink alcohol, and one thing that we've done around here is make cordials. And I've made cranberries. I would get fresh cranberries, so many, I couldn't give it away. So I crushed them, you know, in a Cuisinart, and I put them in vodka, and you infuse it. And I put a Myers lemon in there, also cut it up and put it in there in a big jar, right? Two big jars, actually. And I made, and sugar. And then leave it on the top of the refrigerator and move it, you know, it has a lid, and move it every once in a while. And this is the recipe. And then 3 months later, you serve it. You just strain it easily. And it is so delicious. First of all, I'm from Portland, Oregon, in Northeast Portland. And I've been here for 26 years, since 1990. So that's not 26 years, it's 24 years. My wife and our son and I. For the purpose of this video, my title is Gleaner. Gleaning is, has a long tradition. In the Bible, it was asked, the Old Testament, it was asked of farmers and orchardists to allow people to come in and glean, to take, after the last harvest. And so instead of spoilage, instead of the fruit or the vegetables going to waste, that people could collect. And it was a very spiritual thing to do, and a cooperative thing to do. What I do with one natural foods grocery store, I've been going every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning. I'm retired, a retired middle school, high school teacher, special ed. Also, my wife and I are living in co-housing at Columbia Eco Village in Northeast Portland. And we have teams, and we've had a chicken team. So I began by volunteering 2 years ago to pick up produce scraps from New Seasons Market, the friendliest market in town. And I made arrangements, and they said, they are very aggressive giving away, donating. And they have gleaners every day, Monday through Sunday, that come. They asked me, they have an abundance of bread. Bread is probably the one food that if they don't sell it day old, and they don't at this grocery store, then they have these barrels of bread. I started just picking up bread. And then they asked me, well, what about the perishables? We have a lot of that. Can you take that? Anything any food, packaged food, that requires refrigeration. And so perishable groceries, PGs, are in the walk-in cooler. And so they'd ask me to take that, or they'd ask me to take vegetables, especially during the growing season, or frozen One time I got, and this is not too long ago, well, it was last November, December, I got 40 half gallons of pumpkin ice cream of three different kinds. It was, and otherwise they would toss it. I have a truck. Yeah, I have a 1982 Datsun by Nissan diesel mini pickup truck. It's cold enough, and I can store it. Well, I gave it away pretty quickly. All I do is make these phone calls of food kitchens, food banks from various organizations locally. And so it's perishable groceries, bread, produce, packaged foods in groceries, and of course the bread. I happen to have my delivery route, and so I have a regular Monday delivery, one delivery on Monday, 3 on Wednesday, an alternate on Wednesday also, and 2 on Friday. And then the alternate days, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, there is a food bank which gets food from the Oregon Food Bank, but it's an EMO, an Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon Food Bank, called the Northeast Emergency Food Program. And I know the people, of course, I've gotten to know the people, the staff there very, very well. And I deliver anything I cannot give away on Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, I can take to them, which I did yesterday. On Monday, I go to the Native American Youth Association here in Northeast Portland, very close by. They have a school, an adult services, and they are the only nonprofit caterer that I know that I've ever heard of, and they make breakfasts and or lunches for 6 other schools, like charter schools. Oh yes, oh they thank me. In fact, they make meals for us at Columbia Eco Village because we eat together at times, 2-3 times a week. But I could not do this unless I have 2 or 3 people here at Columbia Eco Village helping me to be my substitute, to borrow my truck and make the deliveries, pick it up and make the deliveries. If I'm sick, which thank goodness I'm rarely sick, but if I'm away, out of town, more than you know, like on Fridays, more than I realized, I believe, when I began this. Because I didn't begin it as an altruistic project. I began it because, like I explained before, just to get organic produce scraps for our chickens. I get to know the staff and the program, which I'm so very interested. And of course, I'm most interested in food scarcity, a food desert. We live in a so-called food desert here. Comparing it to other, it's a low-income area, but of course compared to countries that are very, very poor, it's relative poverty, but still it is. And so I'm interested in the homeless issue here, and I'm involved in some ways with it. On Fridays, I've been taking the gleaned food from New Seasons to Dignity Village. This is identifying just in the any local area a need in many, the organizations, the agencies, the schools that participate, the churches, because there are 2 churches that I deliver to in addition. what is the old expression? You act globally and live, or
Think globally.
think globally and act locally.
Yes.
Yeah. So I really believe in that.